One man, one mission to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
Warriors, welcome to episode number 169 of the Anxiety Guy podcast. I'm Dennis Simsek, and if you're listening and watching on YouTube, hello YouTubers, you can see me today. From now on, I will be filming these podcast episodes, not only the one coming out on Tuesday morning on YouTube, but also Friday morning for the hashtag Ask the Anxiety Guy Show. I welcome each and every one of you to this podcast episode that is brought to you by the number one CBT-based program for anxiety today at anxietyexit.com. Go check it out. Start your recovery, my friends. Now, today we're discussing why you should open up to others about your anxiety. Personal story. So during my anxiety disorder, back and forth tennis match in my mind. Should I open up? Should I not? Will it help me? Will it harm my progress? Are you on the same boat? I mean, sometimes you can just walk by someone that's an acquaintance or a stranger or even a friend, and you get this energetic feeling within you, this emotional feeling within you that says, hey, wouldn't it be nice to just share what I'm going through for once rather than hiding it within? But then you kind of pull away and say, no, that's not what society does. Opening up doesn't mean making that person your shoulder to cry on each time you have a challenging moment. Remember that. They're not your shoulder. It's a one-time event. You're doing this so that you can better yourself and to continue on the path towards recovery, desensitization, whatever you want to call it. What does it mean to open up to someone else about your anxiety? It means to show that you're human. It means to show that you're human and that you're courageous enough to talk about a subject that gets shunned time and time again in society. So what does that make you? In the eyes of the person receiving this information, you may be crazy. You may be nuts. You may be someone that they don't want to socialize with anymore. Or you may be courageous. You may be brave. You may be that one golden light within all the other humans, the robots, the machines that go about their life coping and managing situations that are happening internally within them. Now, here's the thing, warrior. You have to own your anxiety. You have to own your anxiety, meaning you have to accept it for what it is and become an expert problem solver. That's your job. That's your goal, all right? To be an expert problem solver. Because every challenging situation that arises within you, whether it's up here in your mind, whether it's down here in your heart, you have to counter that. In fact, the most important word that every anxiety sufferer should add to their arsenal, their vocabulary, is the word counter. It's to counter those perceptions. It's to counter the perspectives from the past emotional traumas. It's to counter a specific feeling. It's to counter an action that you normally don't take, because you have to begin to feel like you are stepping towards the world of being uncomfortable and unfamiliar in order to achieve your goal. That's it. Now, why else should you open up to others about your anxiety? Well, it releases pressure off your mind and body to act in line with others' expectations all the time, right? So, I mean, Think about the pressure. Should I? It's not the right thing to do. It's not what most people would do. I just want to fit. I just want to stay in line with society. I want to be accepted. No, no, no. Screw that. Screw that stuff. Forget that stuff. Nothing in your life is going to change until you become emotional about the change process. Emotions are what speaks to the subconscious mind, and you cannot change this consciously. You cannot just sit there and think your way past this. No, 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 no. The subconscious doesn't understand logic. It doesn't understand rational thinking, or else you would have probably overcome your anxiety by now. You have to tap into certain emotions to begin driving forward the message to your subconscious. Others will most likely be able to relate. So, some people think they're going to judge me this way, I'm going to be labeled that way, I'm never going to be able to look myself in the mirror again. Well, let me tell you something. This world is full of anxiety. I mean, it's full of anxiety. It's full of panic. It's full of depression. It's full of stress. It's full of worry. How can it not be that way? Look at your schedule. Look at your day, for God's sakes. The first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is you dread how the day's going to go. How are you going to talk to Tim in the corner at work? What your boss is going to think? What work you got to get done? How are you going to be the best dad? How are you going to be the best husband? And at what point are you going to do something fun and engaging for yourself? I mean, there's a lot to think about. So when you open up to someone else about your anxiety, they'll be able to relate. They're going to go, oh my God, I'm so happy that you brought that up because I've been suffering as well. Right? And then you can go ahead and talk about the Anxiety Guy podcast. But yeah, have a different perspective as far as opening up to someone, all right? You will inspire them. You will inspire them. The right people will become inspired. The people that are looking for answers for themselves will become inspired by your journey. I promise you that. And the ones that don't will in time begin questioning their emotional reaction to what you said to them. In time, they're going to come around. I promise you that. Because we're all looking for the thing that steps outside of the norm, right? Normally, we're supposed to walk around and smile at each other, right? We're supposed to talk about the new car that we bought and how we fit so nicely in society. These are all things that are just pushed upon us to be this way. But let me tell you something. What if you begin to speak to people in a way where you're solving a problem that in society isn't regularly talked about and is only treated through things like medication and years of psychotherapy? What if you came to that person and said, hey, I took some tools and I've been implementing them in my life and I'm in a beautiful transition. My progress is going this way and so on. You will inspire those people, I promise you. What else? You'll prove to yourself that you can do the very thing that you're afraid of doing. My God. I say this all the time. You are one big realization, one moment of clarity, an epiphany away from putting your anxiety behind you and having a new personality, therefore a new reality show up in your life. And so, that one conversation or that one moment of opening up to someone could very much prove to you so many things that you've been doubting about yourself from the past. This is your opportunity. I'm not asking you to go out there and share the fact that you have anxiety with everybody. No, no, no. You have to be energetically sound. You have to be empathetic. You have to feel out people energetically and sense that they will understand your story. And so, you will begin prioritizing you over pleasing and satisfying others. This is what anxiety sufferers are missing in their lives. You are not prioritizing you. That's why you're here right now. That's why you're struggling. And so people begin the meditation path, or they begin the CBT or NLP path, but it's so unfamiliar. It's unfamiliar to do something good for myself, to treat myself, to prioritize me for once. It feels weird. And the subconscious is always looking for patterns. And if it feels like prioritizing you is not a part of your self-concept and what's been repeated the most, it will come with tremendous resistance. It will show you that prioritizing you isn't the right thing to do. But that is when your conscious mind shows up, plants the seed in the garden of the subconscious mind. And when you can begin to plant multiple seeds, prioritizing you, opening up to certain people about your anxiety, inspiring others, now you're on the path to not only recovery, but changing the world, my friend. You are not here to live, make a living, raise a family, and die. That is the saddest way to live. You are here to learn the lessons from anxiety, to take those lessons and to use them in some kind of way so that you can make somebody else's life better today. That's why you're here. You have that power within you, but you have to tap into it each and every day because, and this is important, there is no such thing as a part-time warrior. There is no such thing as a part-time warrior. Don't wait for the right time to feel the right way to take action. Begin today. I love you all so much. You are more than anxiety. Have a wonderful day because you deserve it.
Thanks for being an important part of the Anxiety Guy podcast community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive rate and review. If you're searching for further support on your road to recovery from anxiety, head over to anxietyexit.com and take part in the powerful End the Anxiety program based around the CBT model. If you're searching for a more one-on-one approach, you can sign up now for personal coaching sessions with Dennis via Skype. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.